No matter the final outcome of Indiana's season, Archie Miller's decision to insert Devonte Green and Freddie McSwain into the starting lineup will represent the team's most critical turning point. Josh Newkirk and Justin Smith were stopgaps to begin with, filling in voids created either by injury or the lack of a clear better option, and overextending their capabilities led to most of the rotation becoming miscast. Juwan Morgan, capable as he is inside, holds up better as a 4 than as a 5. Smith isn't quite ready to be a full-time starter. Newkirk is a fine backup, but to expect starter-level production from him is to be set up for disappointment. Robert Johnson has proven more effective as a second or third option than a primary playmaker. And Green, who had played an unsettled role all season, thrives more as a primary creator than a stand-and-watch role player. Green offers an element of dynamism that Indiana's other guards simply can't. Al Durham might be better as a pure straight-line driver, but doesn't have Green's passing instincts. All basketball players subsist on finding some sort of rhythm that allows them to feel the game and operate smoothly within it, but that happens in different ways for different players. Some can come off the bench and contribute without missing a beat, undisturbed by those few minutes of sitting before they see any action. For Green, it requires incorporating himself into the game as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. Place him within the parameters of a normal offense, and Green becomes anonymous. But to let him define those parameters, or strip them away entirely, allows for offensive creativity and firepower not otherwise present on Indiana's roster. Case in point, Green averages 12.3 points and 4 assists with a 54.3 effective field goal percentage when he plays more than 25 minutes. In all other games, he scored just 5.5 points per game while handing out fewer than 2 assists and shooting below 30% from the field. Of course, more minutes usually correlates with more production, but the difference in efficiency is glaring. Even more notable is how it has spread to the rest of the team. IU is 6-1 when Green starts, the one loss being to Indiana State on opening night, and 8-11 when he comes off the bench. The Hoosiers become stingier on defense and drastically more potent on offense when Green is more heavily involved. Stats courtesy of BasketballReference.com. One of Miller's goals, going into the season, was to rein in some of Green's flair, which could often become a source of unforced turnovers and out-of-control play. But there is a delicate balance to be struck between trying to simplify Green's approach and dampening the qualities that make him special. To fully embrace what Green brings to the table is to live with some mistakes and risky ambitiousness. You can theorize about cutting down on making home run plays, but is Miller willing to discourage sequences like this one? Green is, by far, the Indiana's best passer, and to be most effective, he needs room, both physical and figurative, to operate. After losing Darren Davis for the season, Miller reoriented his team's offense around more pick-and-roll actions, a style for which Green is well-suited. The sophomore is shifty, and subtle moments of hesitation or misdirection offset defenses, just enough for Green to conjure some form of passing wizardry. Notice the brief glance at Durham, which freezes Minnesota's defense just enough for Smith to sneak behind it. Plays like these are when Green is most threatening, in space. With a live dribble and his eyes surveying the floor, the jump shot comes and goes. He's drilled 4 triples in 3 separate games, but still sits at 32% from distance on the season. But his passing out of the pick-and-roll serves a purpose similar to a dangerous off-the-dribble jumper. Teams must contain him and his roll man as he turns the corner, lest he zip a pocket pass to a teammate. Few players, if any, on the team can leverage those concerns into driving lanes as well as Green does. The offense with Green at the helm is still an imperfect one. No matter who Indiana puts on the floor, it will lack for shooting, and turnovers will likely be an overarching factor in the season's remaining games. But a player is dynamic and perceptive as Green simplifies the game for those around him, who no longer have to work as hard for their shot opportunities. His eagerness to pass the ball spreads to the rest of the team. Ed grows more comfortable with yet another role change, an uptick in Green's long-range shooting feels forthcoming, as does a positive conclusion to Indiana's season.